Oh, hi?
Whoa.
Oh, hi? Welcome to the walk home. It's raining, and it's hard to see, and it's cold. So basically, it's your typical day in Seattle. But I was just thinking that I need to walk home more often and not take the bus quite so much. So I think that would be a fine time to accompany me on that journey. It'll hold me accountable for actually doing it and, make my walkway less boring. I'm not going to walk with you the whole way home because that would take forever. Well, not forever. It'd take like 15 minutes, and let's face it, we're not going to be hanging out for 15 minutes together because that'd be a really long video and nobody wants to sit through that. But it was abysmally slow today. I almost got sent home from work, but instead got to spend some quality time in the walk-in freezer, which was a great time. But you have to bundle up like you're going on an Arctic expedition. It's about to get real loud, so hold on a second. While it's loud and I can't really talk to you, take a look at some scenic Seattle things. Ooh, the Ferris wheel, the pier. It's so enchanting and gray and awful. Well, not awful, but certainly not picturesque. Anyway, I thought I should cross the street here actually. I'm doing this walk along the waterfront because I figure if there's anybody that people are going to ignore videotaping themselves, then it's going to be down here where all the tourists are. So, and I say all the tourists, but what I mean is all 12 of them because it's cold and rainy and awful. It was not this bad earlier today. It was like kind of cold and kind of misty. You know that awful mist that's like, I can't decide if I'm going to be rain or not, so I'm just going to make you uncomfortable. It was that most of the day. But anyway, on to the actual thing I want to talk about. This has been bugging me, and I know that I'm way behind on mentioning anything about it, but it's been bothering me lately. I saw Les Mis. And before I saw Les Mis, a bunch of people I know, no names of course, were posting about how it was great except, and then something about the music. Or it was great except, and then something about the music direction, or the musical performances, or the camera angles, or whatever. And then I realized that I cannot look at people's reviews of movies if those people are music majors or have their degree in musical theater. Not that their opinion isn't completely 100% valid and totally okay. It's just that when I think about movies, I guess, have a different scale than if I was going to see, say, a Broadway show. And I'm a theater major. I got my degree in theater, and I had all the feelings when I saw it. Like, it was so amazing. And, oh, thanks. I just got one of these. I don't really know what it is, but it turns out that there is fine art and stuff. That's really close to me. There's fine art and stuff going on down on the waterfront. We'll visit that in a second. But anyway, I thought that everything about Les Mis was beautiful. I think that the style was beautiful. And I think that the performances were downright brilliant. Russell Crowe impressed the hell out of me. And Hugh Jackman, obvi, was like amazing. Anne Hathaway was spectacular. The cute guy that played Cosette's boyfriend or whatever was super talented, and Amanda Seyfried hit notes that I didn't know she could hit. Like, I knew she could sing because she was in Mamma Mia, which was adorable, but like, she was hitting really, really high notes, clear as a bell, and I was just so impressed. And I think that because they stayed true to the story and performed it so well, and like it was just a beautiful film. And I think that you can't judge it through the lens of your degree, you know? You have to judge a situation or a piece of art. You have to experience it with your whole self, not just one facet of yourself, you know? Like, if I had watched it through the lens of, I don't know, set design, I would have had a very different outcome or reaction than if I had watched it through the lens of, say, I don't know, musical direction, both of which I thought were great, but I would have had very different reactions. And that's kind of one of my things about life, is that, and the moral, I guess, the point of this video, is that you can't just experience things through a lens, particularly art. So you've got to, like, one of the beautiful things about this whirligig thing called life is experiencing things with your whole self. And that is scary because it can mean big pain or big sadness, but it can also mean incredible joy and an incredible compassion and being moved. And it's hard to live your whole life like that because it's exhausting, first of all. And I'm not 100% at it like I wish I was, but it is something that I try to do. When I go see a movie, or I go see a play, or I eat a meal, or cook a meal, or just spend an hour at dinner with my partner, he and I just talk, and I try to enjoy that experience with my entire spectrum of myself. And I think that that is the crux of what bothered me about people's reviews of Les Mis. And I guess the moral of my story today is try to experience with your whole heart and your whole self, and life becomes instantly more interesting and rewarding. And I have to go now because it's rainy, 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 and I'm afraid my phone's gonna get soaked. So, thank you for joining me on the walk home.